But they had a Druthers.
They did have a Druthers.
I love the Druthers. I love going to the Druthers.
And they had Dean's Pizza.
Dean's
Pizza. If that's another thing, I'll give Chad, man, on the Dean's Pizza, dude. That place it was so good. And then, the funny thing about that is we thought that place had closed years ago. And about 5 or 6 years ago, I guess Chad was talking to somebody that he's seen out, and they were like, I went to, Dean's Pizza.
Yeah.
Chad was like, what? He was like, in Mount Vernon? And he was like, yeah. And so it was like the next day we drove up there, right? Did you go with us on that? And we went and bowled.
We went to the Posey County bowling lanes, which was a time capsule.
Yeah, for us.
Nothing changed.
Right.
It looked exactly like it did when we were 10 years old.
I think they still had the same pinball machines.
I wouldn't doubt it, man. And they didn't take debit cards. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
But Dean's Pizza, so your brother got extra cheese and sausage. That was the move.
Yeah.
Chad always, knows the secret menu of anywhere, or he's got to do something a little different.
He manages to get himself on the secret
He
menus
does.
of places.
But the peanut butter pizza.
Yeah, dude, it was fire.
Amazing.
It was so good.
Amazing.
Like, I had people I told them about it, and I do tend to like things a lot. I think a lot of times that other people don't like. But I would tell people about that peanut butter pizza, and they're like, yuck. I'm like, no, man, you have no idea.
It's so good.
It's just crazy that combination would work.
And I have your brother to thank for trying it.
I know. A lot of stuff, man. Dude, that guy talked me into sushi for the first time.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, even from the pulpit when I'm preaching on Sunday, I've told people, hey, I was against sushi at first. I was like, there's no way I'm eating sushi. I was like, do you remember the first time you bit into like Fruity Pebbles or Fruit Loops or something? I remember eating that sushi and being like, golly, I was misled. This
changed your life.
Amazing.
Now, so here's what I do, and you know this. I will do soy and sriracha, mix it in and dip it. And then, but see, I go back and forth between that and wasabi. Dude, I will scoop up wasabi like it's peanut butter.
Man, obviously, the heat from wasabi is not bad. I don't like the flavor.
You don't like the flavor?
Man, I don't.
Here's what's weird. I think the flavor, it tastes like you're sucking on an exhaust.
And you enjoy it.
And I love it. I don't, there's something about it.
I like it. Well, you and, talking about Chad, you and him both have a deep love for hot, spicy food. And I like hot stuff, man, but not uncomfortably hot things that you guys like idiot hot. Right?
I like the borderline. I want to be almost miserable. If I'm just almost miserable, that's good. I don't want to be in complete misery.
Yeah, but the thing is you're almost miserable is way past most people's life. You're almost miserable would have me in the hospital. There's no way, dude.
Have you had the ghost pepper chicken noodle soup?
No, but I don't like chicken noodle soup.
What?
Yeah, I don't like.
Well, are you not an American?
I know, right? That's my Laura.
What's wrong with you?
Dude, Laura gets so mad at me because she'll be like, it's just the one thing you don't eat. I'll tell you what it is. Like, right, I've always been a texture guy. You know that. I don't. Coconut. I don't like stuff with weird textures. And what gets me about chicken noodle soup is the fact that the oil from the chicken broth and the water that's in there never mixes, and so you can see that on the And I do that.
It looks like oil spots on a driveway.
I'm out right there, dude. I'm out.
I didn't. That's not true, dude. Man, in
You're
my
getting
older
better.
age,
You are getting
in my
better.
older age, I have expanded my taste buds.
I'll give you that, man. I'll concede that to you because there are things that you eat now, and I laugh. I don't even say nothing out loud all the time. I'm like, man, dude, that cat never would have ate that when we were kids.